Bob's Radio.
Hello and welcome to Bob Talk on Bob's Radio. My name is Rio Raymond and it gives me absolute pleasure in talking to someone who I called my inspiration during my hockey days. Of course, I could not go on to do anything beyond just school hockey and college hockey. But this man is an inspiration to every hockey player in the country and an absolute legend and a true Bangalore boy. Arjun Halappa, welcome to Bob's Radio.
Yeah, thanks you. Thanks for welcoming me.
It's an absolute pleasure because I've never had the pleasure of meeting you ever in my life. But today, to see someone who I always looked up to while playing hockey, and especially that punk at the back, Arjun, I remember it from back in the day. Absolute pleasure. Just sitting next to you is an absolute pleasure and honor. Although I know like a cousin of yours, but to just sit next to you is an absolute pleasure. So thank you so much for doing this with us.
Thank you, Rio. This is my old days, my playing days. But thanks for your kind words.
You deserve it, and I think you deserve beyond that.
Thank you.
Before I get into the professional side, Arjun, I heard you went to, like every hockey player in Karnataka, you go to St. Joseph's Indian High School. And from St. Joseph's Indian, I don't know, there's something about the pedigree of hockey players that come to St. Joseph's Indian High School because there are many. In fact, a lot of them represent the state come from there. And from there, that's when the diversification goes into college. And you come from a time when not many would know that Al-Amin was really good in sports. Right? But there was also Joseph's. There was also, I'm not sure if RBNM was big back in the day, but there were also other colleges that had sports quota. What was the choice to go to Al-Amin? When you look at it now, people will think Al-Amin now.
Yeah, but for me, it was all about playing. For me, it is not that I'm not good at studies, but I choose sport. And for me, morning, evening playing was important, staying at hostel. And Al-Amin was very supportive especially for me. I can't say everyone, but of course Al-Amin has done wonders for everyone in across sport. When I came in, Al-Amin was into sport, but I don't know it is big or small, but they were into sport for sure. But they were helping. They're playing tournaments from cricket to football to hockey to different volleyball, athletics. They were there. But post my joining, what I have seen is lots of players started playing to national team.
Right.
So that is where I think lot of changes happened. It is not because of me or something of that sort. I think it is a time. I think it is a time or how to say it across.
Like everything was just falling in place.
Yeah, it was just falling in place for Al-Amin. So I always say that you study whichever college you choose, whatever way you choose. I think basic education is a must for everyone as a citizen of this country. As you said, Al-Amin I choose because of sport. I wanted, and also Al-Amin College supported me, and the complete institution, and also the physical education. The Muhammad Ilyas, he is the one initially. I never used to, because we come from a very poor family, used to pay the fees. The first year my dad came and paid the fees. Post that, I think mostly it was all about Ilyas sir, who used to pay my school fees, all the things.
And for you to just mention that speaks in volumes of what's on the story.
I always admire him, the way they look after me, the way they supported me for everything. In 12th I couldn't clear in the first attempt, the second attempt. So that is where they came, they paid the fees, they made me helped me to study in hostel. So that is where I think Al-Amin has played a huge part to me to grow as a person, also on education point also. I am not very well educated like you all, or studied or something of
you're
that
beyond
sort.
education.
No, it is that
I'm telling you, you're beyond education.
No practical thing I'm just saying. It is just that that's the way things have come out for me, but I'm happy with it. I think Al-Amin plays a huge part for me when I was just getting into my next stage in my career. I think Al-Amin has played a huge part, no doubt about that.
I don't know why. I know you give a lot of emphasis on education, but I think a person of your stature and legacy that you hold, it takes a special talent to go to places like this. But that said, Arjun, on the lighter side, I want to ask, I've also played zonals, I've also played like hockey and football. This is just on the lighter note, nothing serious. But we've always been told, like when we play these zonals and all that, this Al-Amin always features all overage players. Back in the day also was the case.
See, you can say all these things, yes, might be or might not be. It all depends. As I said, situation or time might have played, one might have failed. Or initially, for me also, when I started in school days, in first and second year, I was not good at studies. My dad put me from first hand, again he put me back to the first hand only. It depends how they choose. I can't comment on anything straight away without knowing other details about others. But people can say their opinion. I can't say about that. It is their own opinion. But for me, it was all about sport. For me, I think, as I said, Alamin was instrumental for me. Not only me, I think most of the athletes to go there. Especially most of the people come from very humble family. The paying fees, and when you're in hostel, you train a lot, and you don't get time to go to school. I mean, college. If you go there, also you'll sleep off. So these things do happen. I think at that age, that time, I think that was the best what I had to choose. I can't speak for others, but for me, it was choosing for me that way. I'm okay with it. I'm happy, and whatever people have their opinion, no problems. But for me, it has helped me a lot to grow as a person from Alamein.
So you were staying in the hostel at KSHA back in the day?
I was in Kantirao Stadium. Then
DYSS?
Yes, DYSS from 8th to 10th. Then I was in Sai Hostel in Kantirao Stadium only for 2 or 3 years. Then we moved to Shantinagar. I was not in Shantinagar much. I think 5-6 months or 1 year most. Then I was in the national team. I was in Sai Kengeri. So that is how the hostel.
So you got into the national team during your teens itself. I remember this.
19, 18, 19, 20 in between those days. But 97 I was there in the national setup, around its senior setup. But I started my career playing as a member of an Indian team in 99 for the junior India team.
Wow. And ever since then, Arjun, I could say this because I think not only because I played the game, but also because to a certain extent the game was popular in India at that particular time, when like there was Dhanraj Pillai, you, Viren Raskina, you could name even the forwards back in the Gagan Ajit Singh, Prabjot Singh, Deepak Thakur. So this was, I think, I wouldn't say the golden era, but this was like the most popular era of Indian hockey. Would
True.
you agree to that?
Yes, as I think lots of questions have been asked me on this point of view. Of course, till 2000, 2010 also, as a player, as an individual, we were ultimate, we were very special, skillful, who can change the game in a one move or something of that sort. But we never won a medal at the top level, especially the Olympics. I think we need to give credit to this generation of players. Winning back-to-back medals at Olympics is a huge achievement. I think that is ultimate as an athlete when you dream of to win a medal. Of course, gold is ultimate, I mean at the top. Winning back-to-back medals Olympics, it's a bronze, is something huge. I think, as I said, we were good as an individual. In my opinion, I think we are not good as a team. I think now it is all about being a team. Teams come first, and I think post 2009, lots of things have started changing. I was part of that journey from 2009 till 2012. I was there. I know what it took for us to change the complete ecosystem of hockey. The federation has played a part, government and SAI also. So that is where I am coming from. Of course, as you said, lots of things I've seen, the popularity wise, the name wise, the bigger names were there. But result wise, I think this generation from 8 to 10 years, I think they have made a huge difference as a team, as a nation, to win medal at Olympics. Of course, name wise, I think no one can change Dhanraj's name. After Dhyan Chand, wherever you walk in globe or in India, I can say for sure, because I am very close to him. We travel, we walk around. Wherever you go, it is always an hockey name comes up. I think Dhanraj's name comes first. Not taking credit from other players also. Everyone have their own name, but I think Dhanraj stands out wherever you go, as a hockey player, also as a sportsman, to carry a different sport also, is very well respected in our country.
That goes without saying, I even remember you mentioning Dhanraj is like a brother to me, and I see that brotherhood forms when you are part of a team as well. Now, of course, I will go back to that early 2000 era, because that was, like, for me and for a lot of people in my generation, the most beautiful era of hockey in India, because we not just saw constant matches of the Indian team on television, we also saw the Premier Hockey League, and of course a lot of integrity was driven amongst people. Oh, Bangalore Lions, Bangalore High Flyers, and of course you were leading them back in the day. And for some of us,
I agree. See, even you talk about league, I think you have to give credit to hockey. I think hockey has taken lots of initiative which other sport didn't, including, I can't mention cricket didn't take, but at least the professional league wise, I think hockey was the first one which came out with a professional league, as you said, PHL in early days, 2004, 5, 6, 7, 8, something of that sort. So that is the huge initiative. I think from there, every lots of league came in. I think post that, cricket came in IPL. I think they marketed well. I think you have to give credit to the
The board.
cricket board. And hockey, yes, of course, there was lots of issues in the federations in 8. I think there was some dissolve. Indian Hockey Federation was dissolved, and Hockey India was formed. But we had two leagues. After that, we had World Series League, which was not a recognized league, and then Hockey India League came up in 2013. So that went up to 6 or 7 years. Then it was again shut down. Then again this season the league is coming back. I just hope that what initiative we have taken. I think, of course, as you said, at those days, that craze was huge, being there, and the names were bigger names. The domestic playing really well. Me, Bangalorean, we winning out of 4 seasons. We're winning 2 and 1 as second or third, I think. So something of that sort. I think, that's what as I said. It was a nice journey for me as a player at my early career. To lead a Bangalore side, and it was a dream to win the championship for two seasons. Post that, lots of things changed also, but lots of credit to Hockey India at this point of now. I think Hockey India League has played a huge part for us to win medal, to grow as a team, to grow as an individual in a team, to be a team member. So those things have changed when Hockey India League came up in the first, from 13 to 7 seasons which we ran. So that is where I think that played a huge part for us as a national team to perform at the top level. So we understood lots of things there. They are also just a human being like us. It is all about how we approach the things. It is. So that is where the league has played a part.
And you also mentioned of how there was a little bit of a rift between Hockey India, Indian Hockey Federation. I'm not going to dive into that. For those of you who want to know, you can go check out everything on the internet, because we're here to talk about Arjun and Arjun's achievements. And in the sense, it's a little bit of Karnataka as well. So Arjun, there was also this point where I personally felt, and I feel like a lot of Bangaloreans resonate with this as well. You received the Rajyotsava award, right? But in some sense, a lot of us feel, you are underrated. You were not given your due prominence of sorts. Did you ever at least feel like that?
No. Yeah. You see, people, can say that. But for me, I have been really well respected. For me, still, whenever I go for government meetings or anything, they respect me, what I have done for our country and for the state also. So we can start comparing to cricket, but cricket is cricket. We have to give credit for that. And for me, I've been thankful for whatever I've got from as a hockey player, the journey, the respect what I earn. Even the cricketers of my generation, still they couldn't. Whenever I call, I speak to them. That is, and also for the ministers or anything. Now also when I go there for the meeting for organization, so it has always been good for me. Yes, there might be some plus and minuses. You might get disappointed in some way you might get it. Rajyotsava award, the awards what I've got in Karnataka, thanks to Karnataka government. I think in early 99 only I got the Eklavya award. That was just started my career. I think a lot of senior players wouldn't have received at that point of time. But sometimes some things go your way, some things don't go your way. There might be disappointment, but end point is you have to be more happy. I think you have to be happy in your life. Whatever you choose, whatever you end up, you might get something, you might don't get something. That's the way I've taken up life. Of course, as a kid, I was not so mature to speak like that. I was getting irritated and but that is the way I think life teaches you. When you start growing and the maturity comes in, then you understand the reality. You have to accept truth. Being happy is more important. For me, as I started growing, I think I understood lots of things. That is the way I've looked up to things. I can never be the Raj player, right? So I have to accept that. Few things it comes your way, you might be playing with him, you might be close to him, you might be a national captain also. But end point is some things are there for you, it is yours, and some things it is not there. You have to accept that and you have to be happy. That is what I have chosen and what I have always seen.
Every time I have watched you play, and we've had a team together that plays for our school of sorts, there's one thing that you'd always do is whenever, we'd always know that, whenever the team had to track back, there was one man who would do it, and that was number 4. And that man would track back, and from there he would rescue and get the ball back to the front, and he would carry the ball like he's carrying the team along with him. And a lot of times, some players don't get the credit for what they've done, and I must say, a lot of us are super proud of you not just playing for India but being from Karnataka, and we would be very proud to say this, that you are the GOAT of Karnataka hockey. And it's an absolute pleasure to just sit with you and just chat with you on this. But there is one thing that you are someone who's very vocal, Arjun, and I've seen this over the years in terms of standing up for what is right. There was one particular time that you guys won a medal, I think the Asian Games and Sultan Azlan Shah, which is pretty prominent back then. And there was an issue with respect to payment towards players, like certain fees to the players, a salary towards the players. What exactly went on? Because on the internet, people think, okay, these guys are they're not winning anything. They just won one medal and they're asking for something. But I know as an athlete, you deserve what you put your efforts for. So if you could just tell us a little bit on that. There's a protest amongst all the players.
Yeah, you see, thanks. So what you're saying is like I was part of. I mean, I used to play like that. All the things that is one as a player. Of course, I've always stood by a team for whatever team wanted. I'm a little bit vocal. I know people don't take it in a right way or something, but I've always fought or said something which is always beneficial for hockey, for a sport. It is not on an individual point of view. When we had a issue on that, on the payment issue, there was an issue, but there was a commitment from the people who were at that point at the federation. But as we said, it is not that we requested huge amount. It was a situation where it arrived. We requested for the payment. I think as an athlete, forget about me or hockey. Any sportsman who represents country or wins something, there is achievement. It has to be incentivized. That is very important from the federation. Of course, depending on government is on everything. I don't think it is the right way of approaching as a organized as a federation. I still feel federation should take that responsibility to incentivize players to generate money. How cricket federations run, I just hope that every federation will happen. I know I'm speaking on a larger aspect, but that is the way it should be. Back then, yes, of course, there was an issue that was there, and we fought for it. I mean, a few people didn't like it, and why I can't say what all happened there, but I can say why the issue was not only money. It is about the reward and the effort what you put in towards that achievement, right? With 1 year or 2 year effort. So you don't know most of the players and athletes come from very poor background. Correct. And I can give you a small example what you go through as an athlete. So when you start your career, any athlete or any sport it might be, it takes minimum 10 to 12 hours of your hard work, of your sacrifices to reach to the top level. That's also not assured it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is where you end up losing your teenage, end up not regular to colleges, if you won't be good at studies, you're out from family, you're out from your friend circle. So lots of things are the sacrifices that go in. So when you come up at 22, 23, if you're not a good player, there's no education background, there's a good education background, there is no financial background, or there is no guarantee from a sport you're getting a job. So that is where we suggested and requested that you should have a central contract.
Right.
So that is very important to have a basic contract. You might start with a small amount, might be 5,000 per month or 10,000 per month. That is how you take a small step. So then it might grow. That is how the initial conversation was. Of course, that was they paid us. There is no doubt. I can't say no to it. There was an issue and it was sorted. Thanks to the federation who dealt with it and they sorted out. But still, there is no central contract. I just hope that it comes in.
You mean a central contract? What you're saying?
Yes.
Is like that comes in from the board.
Yes.
And it categorizes player like to give an example to people, like how cricket is categorized. Yes. A class, B class.
I know it is just an example to take it up and to how we can put it across into hockey or a different sport. So because see, every people come when anyway older people will say, "Arey ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಆಡೋದು ದೊಡ್ಡದು ನೀವು ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ." Agreed, no questions. And I think playing represent country, winning medal and playing national anthem is ultimate. That is everyone's dream, and it's very tough to achieve that. I think we have to give credit to that, and no questions on that. But when you come back to your home, you can't see your loved ones, your mom, dad, your wife or a kid to a basic survival. Yeah. So right, that is where people can say money is not important. Of course money is important. When you go for a hospital, basic things or a treatment, how much ever famous it might be, but end point of time, even doctor has to earn for his bread, right?
True.
So you need money to spend. So that is where we thought that I think if money is important. Money is not everything.
Yeah.
Money is important. Whoever says money is not important, it is stupid thing to say in this world. Even I want to have a now phone or anything to
You need
eat
money.
also, you need money. Might be 1 rupee or 100 rupee. You need money, right?
As much as like I'll sum it up here. As much as you say, playing for the country is a great pride, but then there's also food to be put on the table.
100%.
There is also a certain lifestyle to be brought to people. Not like the riches, but a basic thing of being proud of what you've done. Of course, for the family, for everything that you've done, the things that you achieved, and it all comes together because of the effort and support that comes in from the federation, the surroundings, everything. And for anyone who thinks, oh, playing for the country is the only important thing to look after, but I think there is something beyond that. It's called life, and that's what people, athletes go after as well.
See, end point is life is bigger than any sport.
True.
Sport is big, no doubt, no question. Sport is part of your life.
Life.
It can't be your life.
Correct.
Post year 30, 35, life, you are going to lead till 60, 65, 70, right? How you end up, where you end up, you don't know. So that is where you need, when you sacrifice your 15, 20, 25 years of your life in the early days, where other kids will be doing with their family, studies, their family, they'll be earning their studies, engineering or something, the friends get together, parties, the celebrations, you sacrifice all those things as an athlete. I know it is tough, everyone can't go through it, very few can go through it. Day in day out doing anything for 12 years, not winning medal or not being in the part of a tournament, and nothing, there is no advantage for you on anything. So sacrifice for 12 to 15 years is a huge thing. So everyone can't go through it. Day in day out to that discipline, it is very easy to say, sit and we look into social media now and say I am doing it. It is practically going to it daily to run for 12 years, daily morning, evening, without winning a matches or getting a chance to play. Can anyone do it?
The perseverance is another level.
Why I am saying education is easy, sport is tough. The hard truth is that people might not agree on what I am saying, but the truth is sport is very, very, very tough, because the discipline what you have to put in day out for a consistent of 10-15 years just to start your playing career at the top level, it is tough.
Like they say, like India winning a medal is not that season's effort, but it's effort of all these players of years together. So when I understand the value of sport, I understand what athletes go through, because I've been in that some sense as well. And there was also something I want to add to this, is being a footballer and a hockey player myself, mostly footballer. But I must confess this, that someone told me when I was young, hockey is the most stylish sport. Till I saw you, I didn't believe it. And after that, it is also the toughest sport to play, because you're crouched down and your intensity is next level. I played hockey after I think 12 years, 2 to 3 years ago. I kid you not, my mind is saying do this, do that. My hands and body have just given up, because, and then everybody looking and laughing at me. But then they said, and when they went and played, we were playing a 5-a-side hockey in school, and it is so enduring and tough. But for you guys to be out there, still do it, and to still promote the sport, it takes you're cut from a different material of cloth at all. Because for you to be that level to play this sport, it's not just the fitness levels, it's a mentality, Arjun. For you to put in day in and night out, to put that effort without winning medals, to be persevering and still go at it without having any rewards, that is something. And still to be one of the best in the country. Thank you for what you've done.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is not only hockey. Of course, hockey is a tough sport, no doubt. Every sport is tough on their own way. So that's a journey. Every sport has got that. But as you said, it is very, very tough. You go through any athlete who have reached at the top level and who are sustained for a longer time. It is all about the effort and the attitude what they put in. Attitude is not being arrogant. It is the attitude what they carry on a day-to-day basis. Like as I said, doing your basic things, eating well, being ready for training daily, morning, day in, day out, and sleeping, then being good to people. Sport teaches you being humble.
True.
So when you reach at the top, it is not about people say, of course, ಹೊರಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ನೋಡುವಾಗ it looks like that, but practically when you grow up, when you start at reaching top, sports teaches you to be humble, because that is where the life is, right? One day you are a star, next day you're written off in the paper.
Totally.
So that is, you have to accept the critics, and as well as the sweet
Praise and
write-ups.
compliments that come.
Sweet write-ups comes on paper, social media. Now social media is big. That's the way life is. Sports teaches you lots of things. As I said, I have got no regrets being a sportsman, especially a hockey player. I am very thankful for my parents who taught me to lead my life, and also most importantly my mom and dad who has taken so much of effort for me to take this route, what sacrifices they have done. As you said, sacrifices from an athlete is more from parents
Than the
then-
athlete themselves.
and also wife, and if you've got a kid early, the what sacrifices they do. For me, I can say my example is post my wedding, the next day I was out for the camp.
Huh.
So it is tough for a wife
Well,
to
newly married.
come in, to adjust to the family. I mean, not like a 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s generation, right? This is a new generation. So the sacrifices what family do, it is not come in the picture.
Picture, yeah.
But what
They always there's a background support.
see, this is where I say family is very important to an athlete. So where, because you don't know, right? Even I've lots of time I've spoken to my dad, my mom, my wife, that I don't want to play. But there was a situation. It was in 9, I think 9 or 10. I came back saying I am not able to take, because sometimes you don't, things doesn't, as when you get that senior, you think ಅರೆ ಯಾರ್ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು, but end point you have to accept team comes first.
Correct.
Sometimes it happens, but acceptance is very important. I accepted, I think I did a wrong thing. Then I went back, then spoke to coaches, and I said sorry to them. So that is the way life has taught me. So being humble, one, and accepting things on reality. It might be any different field, but accepting a real thing in world and to grow as a person is very important. And you can't, everyone can't be a Modi or any bigger person. So everyone has, if you want to go there, you have to sacrifice, you have to work hard, you have to earn it. But end point is you have to be happy wherever you might be a rich, or you might be average, you might be something below or something. End point, being happy is more important in life.
You're just giving life lessons of what a psychologist also spoke to us a couple of weeks ago, where it was all about us being happy wherever we are, being content with what we have. If you don't, then you start seeing life playing its part on you. And from this, I just want to ask, we know when cricketers retire, at least in our country, there is a lot of money that comes for them. There's a lot of fortunes that have come with them because of all that they've earned through the time. And that's due to the way the sport is in the country. But in other sports, when someone retires, there's either a government job like, say, Postal, Air Force, or, many of these public sector companies that provide jobs for them. What is it like, even in hockey is the case, but what is it exactly like in hockey for someone post-retirement?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, post-retirement, lots of things are there. One thing, as an athlete, I can say, so when you reach your top, you are at the limelight day in, day out in the paper, media coming in, ministers coming in, celebrities behind with you, sitting with people, going to some functions. The next day, it will be there, but the acceptance of being out of that limelight is very tough as an athlete. Of course, cricket, and now it has been, lots of things are changing, but cricket, of course, you'll be on limelight, but not at the regular player basis. But that is the way life is. And also, apart from cricket, most of the sport are into a government job, athletes. Okay, and wherever I go now, I say them basic education is a must. And also, it is not, say now, we are running an organization called Lakshan Academy of Sports in Bangalore. It is not that I've got everything straight away. I'm lucky enough. I've had the opportunity, and the friends who have invested, thankful for them trusting our words, and they invested. Why I'm coming to this is that I always say to kids, to education is must. Post your playing career, we are always used to their daily routines like training, morning sleeping, then lunch, then small nap, then training, all these things. Post that, you can't have the same life. So one thing is that we need to learn that we need to work for a day-to-day basis, and we shouldn't be happy. Of course, respect what I have done is in the past.
Right.
So important thing is post, as I said, post your part of this playing career. That is post 30 or 35 or 40. I mean, few players go until 35, 40.
Right.
You don't know in domestic hockey. I mean, sport, any sport might be. So that is very important. That is where the changes come in. The life comes in. You have a family, wife, kids. Mom, dad can accept, because they said that ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಸ್ವಂತ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ they accept few things, but there will be not demand, you can say, the expectation from your family, like kids, the small kids, they expect to see some basic things for them, being a good school or small things like whatever the needs are on a daily basis. So that's why I come in, and also if they ask some questions, being able to answer them. Not every very huge or rocket science, like you should know everything, but the basic things.
Yeah.
So that's where I say, and also I feel that as a business, I feel lots of players should come into different
Sports
industries.
Right. Okay.
It
Like
might
post
be
the sporting.
sport you're playing career. I know money is quite tough, but at least you can be a good educator or a good speaker or something of that sort. You have to look into it. So that's why I always say now, at least I hope now the financial also come in. At least for hockey players point of view, I can say most of the players who have played at the top level or at the good job at the government level, I think they're having a good life. I can say that at least they can buy a good house, a good car, and good life for the family.
Right.
I think some basic things have been taken care. I just feel that I don't want them to be on a comfort zone where ನಾವು ಕೆಲಸ ಸಿಕ್ತು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 10 ಗಂಟೆಗೋ 5 ಗಂಟೆಗೋ. That is not a life here.
Yeah.
So one life, sport has given you something, so you give back. Not only sport, I'm saying in different way also to the society, where it helps the other people to take up. The opportunity is there for them to also grow. So that is very important. So that's why I say education is a basic must at this point of time now. Earlier days it was, you could have managed some or the other.
Yeah, but now it's very
20,
competitive.
Very competitive, and also you can't keep on creeping. Nanu Olympic ಗೆದ್ದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. So of course you won it, but day to day basis other people are also working, right?
Right.
When you go to office, you have to work for it. So those are the things I say. It might be look stupid or simple things. What I'm saying look stupid,
But it's of great value what you say, honestly.
It is very important to have a basic things. When you go to office, you do your office work.
Right.
You need to grow as a person also, as an individual. So that is where I always suggest education is very very important. Not you get 100 out of 100. A basic education to communicate, to write a letter,
To be able to analyze
small things.
True.
So I didn't know anything. Because world is bigger. There is lots of opportunity. I'm not saying about sport. For you also, you go out, lots of options are there. You just need to work towards it.
Correct.
If you keep saying ನನಗೆ ಅದಾಯಿತು, ನನಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, so everyone will go through it. So no one in this world is guaranteed like ನಿನಗೆ ಬಾ ನೀನು ರಾಜನ್ ಥರ ನೀನು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. It's not practically possible. So you need to earn it, right?
Yeah.
So everyone has to work towards it. Post your playing career, you have to work for it. Or else you should have a good family background where you sit up, or you would have earned something like that. You invest something, or you sit idle or do something. But I still feel, I think post your playing career, lots of things to give back to the society. Not as a sport also. Sport, of course, if you're doing, wonderful.
But as an ambassador, as a person,
Anything, being a good human being for the society is very important. Yeah, country should grow.
True.
I think something which is given to us on a small way, it might be a 0.1% also. I think it might help. So that is the way you look into it.
This is your character, which is shown not now but for years together. On that note, I just want to ask you this as well. We in Karnataka, like your time as well, and just before that, we were known to produce some of the best hockey players in the country. There are only two places that are known for hockey in India, or rather known predominantly. One is Punjab, and the other is Coorg. You come from Coorg as well.
True.
And Karnataka has been, bringing out more and more hockey players, and the talent has been never stopping. But somehow, I was just thinking, like, was there even one Karnataka player in the current Olympics team?
No, it's correct. I think lots of people are asking these questions. Even when I go here, we are running our organization, there is no hockey in that. Because to be very practical enough, hockey at this point of time, for us to invest and it is tough for us to generate a revenue.
Revenue.
So end point is people can say hockey player ಆಗಿ ನೀನು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, but so when we invest we need to maintain that also, right? It's very important. So that's why hockey making it commercial is very important. How everyone work towards from the hockey fraternity is very very important. So let's see how it goes. I can't say now, but as you said, there is a huge gap. I can say is that why there is no one player in Indian team at this Olympics, or the numbers are coming down in the national camps also, is because there was earlier Indian high school was there was a hostel, the NSTC hostel, that feeding system for next Sai hostel, that has been, there is no hostel now running there.
Oh, it's in Indian high school.
Indian high school, there is no hostel running. That is one huge setback for us from a hockey point of view, I can say. But that was a huge feeder system for the, you can say, the national team also, or to the state team, whatever you can say, because lots of people, what I have known, I think more than 300, 400, 500 people have made their career out of that. Not everyone who don't have represented country, but at least a job for them to have a secured life. I think Indian high school, where they're running a NSTC program with Sai, that has been stopped. I hope it reviewed. I had spoken to Sai director also regarding this one year back. So because that was the feeder system, especially for hockey.
Any reason why that shut, Arjun? Because of St. Joseph's?
I really don't know the exact thing, but Joseph's, or I think Joseph's are not keen. What I have known, I don't know exact thing, but I can't say comment on it. But that's why I don't know the exact point. But at this point, there is no NSTC program running in St. Joseph's Indian High School. So that is a huge setback, because that is where all the players used to come in. I mean, of course, Kodge hostel, different hostels were there, but that was out of 10, you can say 7 to 8 people used to come from St. Joseph's Indian High
Wow.
School.
Yeah, I remember this. And I remember even during my college days as well, I was in Surana, Joseph's, Arts and Science and Commerce College, and I think one more college. The students would go into these colleges,
100%.
and the cream of the hockey players in the
Used to
country,
be
in the state.
Majorly it was Commerce College, Arts and Science, Al-Amin, then later Jain came in, then Surana was sometime, Christ was in early 2000s. So when I was there in Al-Amin, Christ has a good team. St. John's was there. Few colleges were there. So that's what it's slowly drying up. So earlier we used to play Stakes, Christ Fest was there, Arts and Science Fest was there, Commerce College Fest was there, St. John's Fest was there. We used to have, it was, college tournament was very competitive.
True.
Very, very, very competitive.
And that day back then they used to play on mud ground.
Yeah. So it was like it used to be fight only. St. Joseph's, Commerce or Commerce College and Al-Amin, it was like because the two teams were quite stronger.
You got in an argument anytime?
Lots of them. It happened. But yeah, that young age, you want to show off little bit. That's the way life. But yeah, it was a nice journey. But as I said, lots of things have dried up, yeah, especially in hockey and school tournaments also. What I know is still I used to play around 4 or 5 tournaments per year. Now I don't see much. So
and school, I think there's, from where I come, it's the Father Eric was in Centenary, that's St. Joseph's Boys High School tournament. Apart from that, there's no other ICSE school tournament. And I'm sure in terms of the state boards, St. Joseph's Indian High School used to take part a lot. In fact, we used to go see a lot of the five-a-sides and learn from these guys as well. But somewhere, something has dried. And I also want to ask you, because you've been in the game for such a long time, you know people in the federation as well. Could you, when I say federation, the association, the KSH is what I'm talking about. From having a very glorious past to be so stagnant, do you think the association needs to buckle up, or what they need to do to pull things together?
I can't say about federation, but one thing as an athlete I can say, and a hockey player and an athlete, any sport, a sport is bigger than anyone. If sport is there, we are there. If it is not other way around, because of me sport is there, it is because of sport we are there. Anyone who are working towards it, we need to understand that, and we need to move forward. And also who are there at that position, I feel if after some time they have to let it go, that position, and the next generation of that energy comes in. So that is where I think a lot of changes can happen, and there's an option to
better future.
Better future. So I know few it might look like a rude thing for me or negative point, but that is the way life is, right? Always there is a growth. I think we need to look into that, and that's what I'm saying. It is very tough to say, but as I said, lots of things has to be done from the federation point of view. Not
You mean KSH, right?
Now it is Hockey Karnataka and
Okay.
cases are there. So that's what I'm saying. You can't blame one particular thing. So it is not now instant, right? It is a process which has
Taking a
happened
while.
15-20 years. So that's what I'm saying. You can't straight away say now it has happened. It is a time it has taken it up, right? So now that's what I'm saying. It is very important to people to accept that and work towards it. Now I sitting in here and saying very easy for me. I know, understand what it takes to run a federation. It's quite tough to generate money, to get sponsors, to run the program throughout the year. It is not so easy. Okay, but whoever, if I am there also, I've chosen. But we need to work towards it.
True.
It's a long way to go, and as a country, we're trying to host 2036 Olympics. It is a very very long effort from everyone. It is not only one sport. Every sport, I think, as I said, it is accepting the reality and working toward a sports to grow is very very important. It is.
Well, that's really well said. And before I go into the fun question, one serious one I want to ask you is serious in the sense a little more motivating and inspiring is Odisha are the sponsors of the Indian hockey team. They also host the FIH World Hockey Series, and not just hockey, but I'm sure even the Durand Cup and a couple of other sporting events are organized in Odisha. There should be something they're doing right to be like a sporting hub compared to the rest of the country.
See, now Orissa is looking now. Everyone is speaking about the process, right? I think that the process would have taken around 8 to 10 years back. So now we are speaking about it. So that was initially when the steps were taken, small steps to set up on hockey. I can say, two good turfs, good stadium, good washrooms, good dressing rooms. That were the initial steps. So there's a small step, as I said, that intent, what you want to create and what you want to achieve, right?
Right.
And the genuinity towards it, I think that drove very well for the Orissa. And also I think thanks to Naveen Patnaik sir at that point of time, I can say, to take that initiative towards across sport and especially to hockey. What Orissa had given is a huge platform, and also to Hockey India to pursue that with Orissa. I think that huge compliment for them, no doubt about that. And as I said, the small steps will make a bigger change in the future. So as I said, always it might be an athlete, it might be a sports organization. Sport is such that whatever you steps take, takes 10 to 12 hours of journey. So that's where I think Orissa has played a huge part on that.
And also Odisha gave us one of the greatest Indian hockey captains, Dilip Tirki.
Yeah, that's what that is one. Yes, of course. But that's what I'm saying. Dilip has been part of that journey from Orissa. So thanks to Orissa government and Naveen Patnaik sir at that point of time to take that first step is very important. I think now globally hockey is well recognized, especially in India. I think World Hockey also recognizes that India is one place where you can market the sport really well to make it a global sport.
Right.
So how cricket has been marketed now, down the line we'll see in 15-20 years, hopefully hockey will be, no, I can't say as big as that, but of course it will be one of the sport where world will look into us as India is a global hub for hockey.
We're looking forward to those days. But now to the fun side, Arjun. Let's say you're going to play a five-a-side rink hockey, and I want you to put a team together. Who would be your 5 players?
When from all over India or Bangalore?
What do you think is tougher for you?
No, for me it is okay. Anything is fine.
Okay, let's say Karnataka.
A few guys are there. Few my good friends are there, and also good players who played with me. Of course, lots of guys are there. I can't mention one. If you make a team,
But we need names.
Sunil will be one.
SV Sunil.
Yeah, Raghu will be one. Vinay is there, and then few older players are there. But I still go and play there, right? These players are quite close, not close in the sense, we always play together. And, SK with lots of guys, Nikin is there. Something of that sort around my generation, I can say.
Who's going to be your keeper?
Keeper, no one is there, I think. Bharat was there, but he's in Darjeeling now. But
So we'll take Bharat as a keeper? Or you say we play without a keeper?
No, Bharat is fine, I think.
Let's say you make a team with the national team, 5-a-side.
Yeah, of course, Dhanraj will be always there, my number one. And Sardara will be there.
Oh, okay.
Sandeep will be there. Lots of guys are there.
Five.
Sunny is there. Sandeep is there.
So you got Dhanraj, you got Sardara, Sandeep.
Then
You're there.
Jugraj was there. Gagan was there.
No, 5 Arjun.
Gagan was there.
Gagan or Jugraj?
Gagan will be there.
Gagan. So this is your 5-a-side national team. And you've not made your Karnataka team stronger. So let's see if you can. If I choose 5 players, there's Arjun Halappa, there is Nikin or SK Uttappa.
SK, Sunil,
SK, Sunil,
Raghu and Vinay.
Raghu,
And
Vinay. So this is your Karnataka 5-a-side. This is your India 5-a-side. Your favorite, I mean your all-time favorite player. I know you're going to say DP, but is there going to be somebody else?
No, for me, for me as a kid, when I started my career, Dad used to take me to. We never had a TV at home. In my hometown, Somapet, in monsoon, I mean rainy season, I still remember 84 or 88 Olympics, I think. I used to go to someone's house and watch Australia play, especially Mark Hager. Okay. From hockey point of view, I used to look up to him. Not look up to him, like I used to watch him
like
play.
you'd like
because
watching
it's long hair, stylish.
Now we can see the
guy,
style.
yeah, stylish, all these things as a kid. And then for me, it was when I started growing. I think hockey is one sport, and for me, of course, Dad is inspiration for me. So whatever, I always would look up to him. Because of him only, I am what I am today. I think role model is always Dad. Whatever certain, and I look up to others. Everything as a person, anything, it is all about Dad. I've seen up to him. Whatever, as a good human being. I know we prize our own parents, no doubt. But what I have seen, what people say, I think he is the person I always wanted to be like. I can't be like him, but try to be as good as him. Where there is no ಏನು ಹೇಳೋದು ಜಲಸಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಇದೆ ನನಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್, ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ವರ್ಕ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಿಫೈಸಸ್ ಟು ಅಚೀವ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್. Those small things, I think yes, I looked up to him. Apart from that, as a sportsman, when I started growing, I always admired Pete Sampras and Shane Warne.
Okay.
And Rahul Dravid. Okay.
Are you from the same era?
Rahul is, of course, he was quite senior to me, but of course I was there. I was in Canara Bank earlier. My batch was Venkatesh Prasad was there, Joshi was there, Bharadwaj was there. It's almost the same batch. In 90s, mid 90s and end of
90s to into 2000.
Into 2000, almost the same generation. But for me, Shane was ultimate guy as an athlete. But it was his character, his attitude. That is one, and also Pete Sampras, his hungerness to achieve, being very simple, silent and humble, and that is ultimate. And the discipline what Rahul carries, I always used to follow him a lot, very very close.
You know, I've had the pleasure of meeting him 4 times in a year. Arjun, I have to say this, there was once I met him. It's Rahul Dravid. Like, you know, same school, we adore him, everybody knows, the whole country knows, and he still is so courteous. He says, hi, I'm Rahul, and you just get a lesson in humility. I'm like, dude, you can't go beyond that. And to see these boys are from our city, and then you guys are part of the same group, I just want to ask you, like, say you, Venkatesh Prasad, Sunil Joshi, Vijay Bharadwaj, athletes are meeting in Canara Bank. What are the kind of conversations you guys have?
Sometimes sport wise, and also it is like Kannada local people only. Now
give us just something that you speak.
Now recently also we spoke about different things. The Kannada local, ಏನು ಗುರು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಏನು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಈಗಿತ್ತು ಮೊದಲೇ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು ಲೈಫು.
You speak about old Bangalore and Bangalore. So what are your thoughts when you speak something like this?
We used to, for example, not these guys used to hang up. Few Ranji cricketers used to hang up in Kormangalam local here only used to hang up weekends. So those things we used to talk. And Prasad, we used to sometimes we speak about fitness. They say I think hockey players are the fittest guys. Those talking comes in, and then we speak about sport, how it has grown. Hockey ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಹೇಗಾಗ್ತದೆ, jobs for people, different apple. But other things ಏನು ಹುಚ್ಚು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾತಿರ್ತದೆ. So local things, so that is way, I mean, ಅವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ, ಹೆಂಗಿತ್ತು,
So
party.
these conversations
yeah,
happen about
100%.
old
Who
Bangalore
will not
community.
have? Whoever says that it is we are not doing it stupid things, if they're lying, it is. Everyone will have the life. They will have a good weekend. They'll have partying. They would have fallen down. Anything, whatever said and done, different.
Can't imagine Venkatesh Prasad falling from that height.
No.
No, not saying that he would, but I'm just thinking of those kind of things. But you know, I also heard that you love Annavaru,
Mm.
right? But if there was a biopic made on Arjun Halappa,
Mm.
who would you want to play your role?
No, for me, of course, Rajkumar was the ultimate person. More than that, for me, it is Puneet. I think as a human being, is the ultimate guy. One sad thing is I couldn't meet because when COVID was happened, he has invited me and Dhanraj to his house. After that only he passed away. That is the saddest
But
thing.
you met him before.
I couldn't meet him.
Ever?
I couldn't meet him.
Oh,
Okay, that was he had invited. He had planned of inviting for us a lunch or dinner, whatever it is. But that's why I always regret when the death day comes in, anniversary. I really miss that it is. And biopic, I am not keen to it because I am never thought also. I don't want it also.
but let's say we just put it across now.
No, for me, see, writing my book or my story, saying yaar life ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So everyone has that.
Everyone has it.
Okay. I don't want it to show that I am the only one who is.
But your
gone
story
through
is
it.
also inspiring, Arjun.
I know,
Like,
I agree. That's what I'm saying. I don't know, but this is the way I look up to, because in you go to any books, and nothing against whatever they're written, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನನಗೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಯಿತು, ನನಗೆ ಅದಿತ್ತು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Everyone will go through it, yaar. So for me, being a normal guy, you have to be sure that you're happy. That is more important. Of course, everyone will go through it.
you just mentioned that there is about a certain, like you said, everyone's life is more about the difficulties, the struggles, and here, in spite of that, you're feeling happy. That is a story of yours.
That is what I'm saying. More than me, my biopic or a book, it is the message has to be clear. Is that wherever, if something you might not get, something you might get, being happy in life is more important than anything in this world. This is my understanding of life. I know something. I would have dreamt, or I would have had. I also would have wanted to have something which I couldn't have it at that point or now. But I have to be happy, right? Some things I get, sometimes I don't get. That the end point is being happy is very important.
Being content.
It is very basic thing. It is. So wherever I say this is very important in life.
You left a lesson with me of how to be content. Now, what is your favorite thing to do when you're in Bangalore? I know you're traveling most of the time.
No,
but
when I was playing, it is all about. I used to watch movies a lot, and Kannada. So I love Kannada, and people, even my daughter say, ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಕನ್ನಡ ಆಡಕ್ಕನ್ನು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಹಳೇದು. But I love ಹಳೇದು. Okay, and I love that, and I will love watching Puneet's movie and Puneet's song. ಇನ್ನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. So yes, staying at home, I don't like traveling much. While playing days also, I used to come home ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. I love cooking.
what does Arjun Halappa make best? Cook best.
I do non-veg also, but chicken and mutton I do at home. But fish, I don't know that masala ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. But wife does that, mom does that, and I love doing chitrana.
Oh,
Okay, these small things I enjoy doing, and for me, I don't mind staying in Coog inside the estate for very long time. Very peaceful. More than that, there is no phone, no network.
oh.
And
One spot in Bangalore you love or like?
Bangalore, for me, see, I was always been part of the central Bangalore. Majorly, it is like a hub. Like I stayed my whole life from 2002 or 3 from Indranagar till 2021. Now we have got our own setup. Organization. So I shifted to Sarjapur Road. But I love this central Bangalore. And in school days, I used to go to Fanus. I think I don't know. I used to go there, and then Vidyarthi Bhavan Masala Dosa, then MTR Masala Dosa, and then roadside coffee. And whenever I drive down or in the nights or afternoon, roadside ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗಾಡಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅನ್ನ ರಸಮ್ ಚಿಕನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, I love eating that. When I'm alone, my few friends don't like it, but I love that food. They are clean. I'm okay with it. I enjoy those food. I still want to be a very normal guy, walking a roadside ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಡಲೆ ತಿನ್ನೋದು, ಪಾನಿಪುರಿ.
Oh.
These things I love.
Do you miss them? Are you able to? You're not getting mobbed by people?
No. I earlier days it was, but now I'm okay. But now there's lots of things have changed. No air.
Has your language changed after going to Sarjapur Road?
No, yeah. I am still a local guy only. ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು. Wherever I go, people can say, "ಏನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀಯ?" Because my mother, I always feel pride, yeah, being Kannadiga and then an Indian. I always speak first Kannada and Hindi. On interview also try to be more local guy and Indian guy. Being Hindi, try to speak in Hindi when I give interview. You should feel proud being an Indian, yeah. Even when Messi gives interview, he gives in Spanish or Latin, right? Argentinian. So why we should feel ashamed of it, or we should feel downgraded about it? We should feel proud. I don't mind. People can have their own opinion. For me, my country is bigger than anything it is.
True. And since you mentioned Messi, I still ask you, Messi or Ronaldo?
For me, Ronaldo. Why I can say that? Of course, Messi. I love Messi, no doubt, skill-wise. But the dedication, what he put in, I think Messi also would have done that. But natural skill, what is different? But the effort. I think I was hearing Ronaldo's interview also. He's saying, day in day out, you can do that for 25-30 years. It is not an easy job. Thing. I think the effort what he puts in as an athlete, as a human being, day in day out is a massive.
And 25 years. And massive.
Being at the top level for almost 20 years and now still scoring a hat-trick in the recent Portugal game is ultimate thing. It is not so easy. Everyone can think of, but doing that at the top level consistently for 20-25 years is a very, very tough journey. I think that is a huge example. Like Nadal did it. The effort what it goes in, that's a massive effort. The huge credit for them. Messi, of course, no doubt is a legend of a sport and is a global icon, but I think Ronaldo is at that level, I can say.
Arjun Halappa says Ronaldo it is because of the dedication, but again, like athletes, we would always say both are at like the end of their careers, so just celebrate both of them. And it's an absolute pleasure having them play, and it's an absolute pleasure having you be here with me to talk to you, to also get enlightened about your thoughts on life. And in a sense, I would say you've always been my hockey hero from my playing days.
Thank you.
Absolute pleasure to just sit by you, and thankfully Suraj has helped this interview happen.
No. Thank you. Yeah, I know. Yeah, told me about that. Thank you for that.
Before you go, I just want to say this and have you do one thing for us. In all my playing days, I've never owned a hockey stick nor a pair of hockey sticks. The only hockey stick I have right now is something that Raghu gave it to me while we were in Surana College. I don't think even Raghu remembers that giving it to me.
Okay.
I would just want you to just sign the hockey stick for us.
Yeah. Yes, I can send you.
Vibes Radio.
The heartbeat of Bangalore.